reliability test in Excel using Cronbach's alpha equation for 2-point Likert scale questionnaire survey. 2-point Likert scale is a scale based on the participant will have only two options to select from, whether they agree or disagree with the statement or the question. And the way to do reliability test in Excel is to use the formula here, which is given below for the Cronbach's alpha, that is equal to K divided by K minus 1. K stands for the total number of items or questions. This is multiplied by the bracket 1 minus the upper part, which is the sum of the variance for each individual item or question, divided by the variance for the total scores achieved by each individual participant. To do the reliability test in Excel for 2-point Likert scale, I had placed in this Excel sheet data taken from an answer or a response for only 20 participants in a survey or questionnaire, trying to give their opinion and responses or an answer to 20 items or questions from Q1 to Q20. Their responses was scored as either 0 or 1. 1 indicates that they agree with the question or the statement, and 0 indicates that they disagree with the statement or the question. So the data we have here is a dichotomous data, only two options, 0 or 1, or categorical data. And to determine the reliability of test, the Cronbach's alpha formula here can be used to determine the reliability of this survey or questionnaire, and to assess the quality of this survey and whether this survey is reliable if it has been repeated on different time or dates with the same selected number of participants. Their responses will be similar. That is the essence of performing reliability test for a questionnaire or a survey. It is an essential step when designing and preparing a questionnaire for either a research purpose or non-research purpose. The way to do the reliability tests in Excel is, first of all, we're going to calculate the total score, which is the total responses that's scored by each individual participant. And the way to do that, in this column, I'm going to type total score, and then in the cell below I'm going to add all the responses of each individual participant, add the scores for the responses for the first participant, combine them together to generate a value for the total score. The way to do that is to select the sum function here, select the range of the data from question number 1 to question number 20, hit the enter key. A value is generated for the total score or total responses of the first participant. To autofill and auto-calculate the rest of the total score for the rest of the participants, select, hold, and then drag, and then release, and the software will auto-calculate and auto-fill the total scores achieved by each individual participant. The next step is to calculate the upper part of this formula here, which is the sum of the variance for each individual item or question and the variance for the total score. And the way to do that is in this cell, insert the equal sign, then type variance and select the variance for sample here, as we are using a sample. Double click on that and then select the range for the data for the question number 1 and hit the enter key. A value is generated which represents the variance for this item or question. To auto-fill and auto-calculate the variance for the rest of the items and also the total score, select, hold, drag toward this cell. The software will automatically calculate and fill the value for the variance for each individual item and the variance for the total score. Now we have managed to determine the value for the lower part of this formula. The next step is to add the variance for the 20 items or questions, and the way to do that, in this cell, select the cell here, click on sum, and then select the value for the variance for the 20 items. Hit the enter key. A value is generated here. For the total score variance, going to select this value, right click, copy, and I'm going to place it here, and then right click, and I'm going to select the link, so to keep the link. A value is generated here which is similar to the variance for the total score. Okay, here is the total number of the items or questions, and in this case there are 20 questions. Now we have all the components of the formula already being calculated, the value for this component. Next step is to determine the Cronbach's alpha value, and the way to do that is to insert an equal sign here, then open a bracket, add 20 here, divided by 19, and then close the bracket, then insert a multiplication sign, open a bracket, insert number 1, insert minus sign, select the upper part of the formula value for the sum of the variance for the items, this one, divide, and then insert a division sign, which is this one, and then select the lower part, which is the total score variance, and then close the bracket and hit the enter key. A value of 0.9 is generated. If I want to increase the decimal to 2 decimal point, I will get a value of 0.94. What does this value mean? It means that this survey or questionnaire is 94% reliable. Using this value and referring to the table given here, any value for alpha that has a value of 0.9 or greater is considered to be an excellent reliability. This is the way to determine and calculate the reliability for a survey that consists of a 2-point Likert scale using the Cronbach's alpha formula given here in Excel.